So, strength of this deck is it's got a lot of mini game plans that all sort of feed into one big game plan. And depending on what you face, depends on which sort of package you want to use against what deck. A couple of really powerful little things we've got going on. You've got your Soul Fragment package, centres around Spirit Jailer just being a fantastic one-drop. Spirit Jailer pretty much justifies inclusion on its own. It's a 1/3 for 1 mana with a bit of healing down road. Skull Spirit's not great, but again, it's a mini board clear. Get some more healing down road, we're all about that. Soul Share, quality card. And that pretty much is all of the Soul Fragmenty cards, with the exception of Sociologist, which is your big payoff. Board clear, develop loads of stuff. Now, great thing about this is you've got good tools for dealing with aggressive lists. So, Spirit Jailer can compete against other minions on board early doors. You've got, again, your Soul Share just kills a 2-drop or whatever, feels good. And then Skull Spirits, again, as we say, mini board clear. You are missing a couple of the Soul Fragmenty synergistic cards, because they just don't really work particularly well with what we're trying to do. So like Shadowlight Scholar, although he's an effective removal tool, we've got tons of other board clears going on. And the fact you're taking away potential healing later down the line, you're making your Sociologist a little bit worse, feels bad. Same reason that Void Drinker also feels like a bad card. So neither of them two are in there. Again, super powerful if you can get it on curve, but we don't like destroying the Soul Fragments because they're just really, really strong tools to have in his deck. So that's game plan 1. Game plan 2 is you're doing the whole Galakron thing, which again, not as good at proactively fighting for the board. Dragonblight Cultist, it's okay, but it's not the most scary threat. Again, certainly not against aggressive lists. Rogue can kill main part of this for half of a dagger. Demon Hunter kills it for 1 mana. Demon Hunter being one of our worst matchups in fairness. Again, because it gets out so aggressive. It's not particularly board focused, so some of his game plans don't particularly work against it. There's just too much damage coming over the top, which we can't really deal with. But yeah, again, get your Galakron invoked. Gives us really powerful draw engine. Gives us armor gain a little bit. Gives us another create a big board tool. All of the while, and helps set us up for one of his board clears in Plague of Flames. Again, out of the packages we're running, it probably feels like the weakest, but you've got to fill the list somehow. They're all very strong synergistic cards, and a big board swing from Galakron can make all the difference. And it's just more ways to fight for board early, which has to be a positive. And then last package, probably the new addition to the list that sort of brought it back into relevance a touch, is the Corrupt mechanic. So you've got a couple of Cascading Disasters, really powerful board clear. Again, on top of his other Dark Skies, everything else, it's really powerful board clearing. Ticketus, which gives us a really good chance against control decks, which none of us other stuff particularly does. We've got a very good mid-rangey core, but nothing to sort of win the very slow controlling matchups. Ticketus gives us that, and Yashiraj to give us a second Ticketus sort of pushes us over the top. There's no control deck can live with losing 10 cards. So, and even if you just do it 1.5 times, so you do it when they've got like 8 cards left, they draw a card, you do your second Ticketus turn after. Destroying 7 cards is plenty enough. So if you can get your Ticketus online at any point, then that's probably going to win you at Fatigue Race against the control list. And can just break apart combos. If you play against ETC Warrior, then you knock out the Brooms, or you knock out the ETC card. I don't know why I didn't say etc, but etc. God of Rock, and you win that. If they're running Cthulhu, which has snuck into a few lists lately, I've noticed, like a couple of major lists, then you just destroy 1 at 4 Cthulhu pieces and you're laughing. Realistically, it's hard not to destroy a Cthulhu piece or to destroy Cthulhu when it goes back in with the Yashiraj second Ticketus. So, yeah, it's an all-round really, really powerful deck. We do struggle, as I say, against hyper aggro lists, because although we've got these controlly tools, if we take too much damage early doors, it's difficult to come back. Especially if it's the sort of list that can do face damage without minion pressure. So we'd thrive against a Zoo, for example, but Zoo's not really relevant at the minute. It's very much the aggro Demon Hunter that causes issues, because of that 30 face damage they can do just from weapons and themselves. So, and last little thing to mention is Cobalt Sticky Finger, which is essential at minute, just because there's so many evolved Shamans. It's one of them decks that you feel like a nerf's inevitable because it's right up in power levels. So yeah, 2 Cobalt Sticky Fingers just protects you from that. Nick the Bogspine Knuckles. Again, the big strength there is there's also the Loot Pillager, I believe, the 4/2 Pirate. Re-equip a weapon that's been destroyed. If you steal the weapon, you're not giving him a destroyed weapon to re-equip. So anyway, that's a lot of me talking and not a lot of me playing. So I'm gonna actually start a game. I don't know. That's the trade-off, I guess. Shaman, your best card is by an absolute mile Cobalt Sticky Finger. We mentioned it at start of stream. None of that does anything. What we've got there, this little dude, little piratey dude on the left-hand side is a legend.
Greetings, friend.
I'd love to say there's a complicated game plan here, but there's just keep some board clears back, keep some Cobalt Sticky Fingers back, wait for him to play Bogspine Knuckles, Cobalt them down, feel good. Even better if the Bogspine don't come for a few more turns, turn 9 or 10 Bogspine comes down, you instantly clear the board, the crate, and you still steal the Cobalt. So Dark Sky's pretty good against the Bunny Rabbits on 3. Even if they buff them into 4 drops, you're probably taking a couple out. So we're just in chill mode. Keep drawing cards, set ourselves up for a big Dark Skies. And because of the prevalence of Bogspine Knuckles and Bogspine Knuckles hate, I'm gonna say they generally play
Blood and plunder.
They generally play the Bogspine after. Oh my word, that is an absolute tragedy. But he's got his Bogspine down early enough, that's upsetting. Dark Skies is really bad, knowing that they're going to play stuff next turn. But it's probably worse to not deal with his stuff on board. So the other plays, obviously, Soulshare kill the 5-drop and he just gets an extra 4-drop. But just an extra 4-drop on turn 5 is still too much. His hand's a little bit forced there. That's upsetting. Yeah, and he's got everything. Yeah. There's and he gets one at best 4-drops. We're not actually out of this, but we're struggling. That turn wasn't complicated. Another thing to consider is all of a sudden we're on 16 health as well, out of nowhere, and it don't feel like we've really let it happen.
Loot? What more can I ask for?
Here for the tour?
So now we have to steal his Bogspine. And hope at least one of these is garbage. I mean, that's garbage, something like that. That's a little bit spooky.
Let's rock!
Oh. What an insane minion if we can actually get an attack in, but we're not going to get an attack in. Unless we top deck second Cobalt, or we tap into second Cobalt, or something of that ilk. We've at least given Sens a chance again. But the fact he could get his first weapon destroyed before we could steal it means that he's got one in the pool, means he can do the Horde Pillager, which he's already done. And we've just not got the health to play with either. Unless we draw into it. It don't work. It just don't work. We need to draw into some of his.
Mortals are
we're in big trouble.
squishy. You'll never win.
So we can kill off 4 minions with shield plus second plague. Hope that one of these is that. Hope that that's the one that lives. I mean, we can give ourselves a really good chance. Anything other than the 6-9 living and we're in a game.
I will act as your scapegoat.
We're really hoping for this order. Fab. Again, clinging on to life. We've now got us Veiled Worshipper online, but...
Wanna go for a round?
Yeah, let's brawl!
yeah. So we can get him down to... no damage on board. But it's a mega passive turn. Leaving minions on board is very scary. What's this? It says it's a created by card, so it must be probably a dragon? Draconic Lackey, it is indeed. So it is actually a dragon, which means he gets buffed by this. This gives us a way back. If we get 2 big minions, if one of them's a taunt, we've got a chance. Oh, you know, if they're both taunts, then we've got a chance, you know. Unfortunately, probably summons a Ticketus. Alright, fine. But, yeah, this gave us a way to actually win the game, whereas as other play just gave us a chance to lose it a turn later. So... I mean, you've got to be happy with double big taunt. That is the dream, innit? So. And if we can beat down a couple of evolved shamans on his way up the ranks, that always feels good. We're in a world where it's about as oppressive as the death has ever been. So we've got a good play, or another good play. There's a lot of... I want to Skull Spirits just because it does some clearing up. So that probably happens. That probably happens. Keeping stuff off board is key, and healing up a touch. So let's put some more heal in his deck. Yeah, we're looking, and there's your Ticketus. But again, I don't think they're that bothered. We'll take a free Ticketus because it's an 8/8. And there's just, everything he does is a little bit awkward. That is scary, but is it that scary? We still have a big taunt to get through. So 15, 20 damage. Can we kill it off? Yes. Is silence good? You do have owl. I do indeed have owl. Question is, do I want to owl and then sociologist Melissa? There's not enough space for sociologist to be good. So I think I'm on board with that. Hey up, Fire Spirit, by the way. How's it going? How's Hearthstone treating you? How is life treating you? So I'm conscious I don't want to leave damage on board that can kill us. So what's... Nah, fine. We'll just take the win.
No
Right then, more Galley Warlock. You would have to assume it's probably the mirror. There's some weird stuff going around. Maybe full demon Warlock might be a thing, but realistically it's probably Galley. In which case, they are not going to put too much pressure on us early doors. I mean, this is good insurance if it turns out to be a Zooey thing, but I am pretty sceptical. I can't see it being Zoo, but we'll keep. It's all low. We need to get his tickets online at some point. Let's see. I feel like you've always got to hedge your bets against aggro, just on the basis you get it wrong, aggro will kill you before you get a chance to do out. Right, okay, already we're feeling like it's going to be a slow deck. A little bit of cheeky lag for the squad, all about that vibe. On my wired internet connection, that in theory should be really good, but anyway. There's going to be a lot of this. Tap, attack face, move on. Careful of hand size issues. And we just keep ploughing on with the game plan. Yeah. Would not be surprised to see exactly the same list as we're currently running. Do we have a School Spirits or do we play this? Is first Galacron Activator. School Spirits is pretty good here. I think we'll probably just do that. Seems reasonable. Again, unlikely to put much pressure on us at all. Just bosh, bosh, bosh. Get it out of... Get a clear board, keep pushing forward. Again, not majorly stressed there. Good chance to weave a tap in. Cool, play this. Everything trades for everything. Seems chill. Fine. So, ever so slightly different list to what we're running. Could be pure Galacron. Possibly. I'd be surprised if they're not doing Soul Fragment. Because Soul Fragment's just such a powerful little package to put in. As we've discussed before with this, it is just a nice thing to have in and amongst everything else. 9 cards, 8 damage, clears the board perfectly. Can we then develop anything else? Not really. Do we tap first? Any point? Not really. We might want to do something different. Yeah, not really. Cool. As I said, wasn't actually necessary to get us Dark Skies killing everything off, but it's all good. I'm not sure what we'd have possibly played there. Plague of Flames plus a Dragon Blight Cultist, maybe? But that is probably about it. How much do we want to get Galacron equipped? Still only had 1 proc, so it feels massively weak. I quite want to tap as well, which means we have to play 2 things. That's fine, we can play 2 things though. And then we do that. Sound. Not amazing, but gets the job done. Really weak Dark Skies, but considering his hand is actually full of board clears, I think we chill. Quonks is never a bad play, just to get Galacron in his hand, even if we've got no intention of playing it. But would have to be played alongside another minion, another card. Kobold damages his Galacron weapon, that is it. But we have two Kobolds knocking about, so there's a good chance we draw another one before. Okay. does get the weapon. Again, a little bit spooky. Ticketus is there. So both of us Cascadings, due to us play last turn, are online. So we'll probably just play both of them now. Next turn, I really want to play some at 7 mana to get Ticketus. Because we're looking like a really, really early board finning Ticketus double proc. Can just about cope with it. Strength of having about 12,000 12,000 soul fragments in his deck as well. Right, so there's your Galakron. Proper weak as things stand. Do I have a tap? Would I rather have 1/1s? I probably would. This plus 1/1s plus Plague of Flames gets us a board clear. Fab. We do need 1 slow turn from him. Although we've got a lot of health to play with.
You are too late.
Okay.
His return is nigh.
I'm tempted to be massively brave here. Because we know we've got Yashiraj and double... Oh, God. The board clear looks a tiny bit less effective now. I need to ticket as soonish, though. I think we do that. We do that. We do that. And we just eat the damage. Knowing that we've got two minion board clears next turn. But we've also got pressure on board, so... Might be a little bit of trading to mean that them two minion board clears do the job. Hopefully. Maybe they even do a bit of trading for us. I mean, they've now got 4 soul fragments, so they're also playing the Mech Ticketus unaffected game. But if we can even just destroy a couple of cards, then we're laughing. Destroy a couple of cards, keep the pressure off the board, and then just win it that way. Okay. Strong. Love that. So his 2 board clears work. We come out massively in front. Still got a Kronks as a refill. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Didn't actually see what we destroyed. Seemed to destroy some good stuff. In fact, did we miss every soul fragment there? Alright, okay. We hit 2 soul fragments. We hit 3 minions. Which is probably... It's pretty much bang on what we should have done. Fully expecting him to Plague of Flames us. But it's low drama. There's going to be a lot of Plague of Flames in backing and forthing, and then it... Oh, God.
Adventure and excitement away.
This is slightly meany. Again, though, we know we've got Plague of Flames in locker if we need, so... Face, face. Are we ever hero powering, or are we just double this? We only need 1 to proc us as Veiled Worshippers. We probably don't want to draw cards at this point, so... I'm just going to do that.
Yes, I will destroy him.
Knowing that we probably do have a second Ticketus to hit us. But we still... not quite. We're about leveling fatigue when we get second ticketed. You'd have to feel there's a second ticketus coming. So... Right, fine. Again, we've got board clears for days. Dewey Cronks for a little board clear. It's probably fine. Could just stick a big taunt in way as well, but... And that is the game, is staying slightly in front on board. I'm not sure what other threats we have to face. We've got Galacron out that way. We've got Sociologist Melissa. Just Ticketus time, the second Ticketus on the back of Yashiraj. Sacrificial Pact is actually trash. Play the curve game.
Of cards. I am out of cards.
So, is he going to second Cascade in Disasterers? Probably. And then Yashiraj, or just Yashiraj first? Or is he just going to concede? Huge.
Congratulations.
So, big things there is, we managed to get his double Ticketus off before they got their Ticketus off second time. Put him into fatigue. Loving life. That's about... Ticketus again in the slower matchups makes all the difference in the world. In the mirror, if you can get 2 Ticketuses and destroy some key pieces, then yeah, you're cruising. Forgot that we actually destroyed Yashiraj with his second Ticketus proc, or his first one even. So yeah, that's the game. Get your Ticketus down first, and then you win. Seems good.